The Vikings added a quarterback today. Hey, Kyler, what are your thoughts on becoming a Viking?
Ever since I started playing tackle football, I was 7 years old. Genuine fandom. Ran deep, Vikings year through. A lot of purple in my household. I cried real tears whenever grabbed through that interception. I cried real tears that day.
Here are the fellas to talk about all the off-season news. The Vikings have a bunch of money, but will they spend it? Take it away, guys.
Who knows? Welcome to another edition of the official Purple Skull Squad show for Minnesota Viking fans. And, well, Kyler Murray, like many of us fans have cried over the years being Viking fans. There are some Viking fans that right now currently are crying that you might be the starter in 2026, 2027. Listen, the question is out on our page, and we're going to go around and get everyone's answer here. Are you happy with the Kyler Murray signing? I mean, are you happy? Does this add depth? Is he the backup? Is he the starter? Bill Dunkel, are you happy with the Kyler Murray signing?
No. J.J. McCarthy, I'd be happy with as the starting quarterback and bring in a vet to back him up, and we're all good.
So was this then, Bill, let's just add to this a little bit. Would you have gone in a different direction as far as the quarterback that you would have brought in, as far as maybe someone to develop JJ? I agree with you. JJ McCarthy should be the starting quarterback in year 3. Would you have done that, or is this the guy that you think is the match for this team?
Well, first of all, I mean, if they were going to set him to watch, it should have been last year. Again, the Vikings, as they usually do things half-ass backwards. So,
True.
No, I mean, it should be JJ's job. He's 10 career starts. What are we doing? He missed his whole rookie year with knee injury. I mean, it boggles my mind, and we all know why they're doing it, because the head coach is worried he's going to be canned.
Yeah.
GM was just canned. Murray, I think the reason they're doing it is age, playmaking ability, upside, obviously the money. But again, last year's when they should have done it with Fish Eyes or Flacco or somebody. Not this year.
Right.
I don't know. Does that build the kid's confidence?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think I'll be monitoring his X site, his social media, to see if he's changing any pictures. There's Tony Bell. But, I mean, honestly, I feel like JJ McCarthy is being screwed here. But your thoughts, Kyler Murray? Are you happy with the signing, or where would you have gone, Tony Bell?
Not in this direction. Not at all. It just boggles my mind how incompetent this franchise is at the quarterback position. It's just unmitigated incompetence. And yet you hired KLC to fix that, but he's adding to it and actually making it worse. And now you've got Kyler Murray up here. How the hell, where does he fit in KLC's style of offense? And by the way, is somebody going to read the playbook to him? Is he going to sit down and read it? Because he does not read playbooks.
Wait a minute, Tony Bell. Hold on. Kyler, are you done with your Call of Duty? Are you done with your video gaming?
Uh-huh.
Can you look at the week's tape?
Wait a minute. He plays
Right.
Call of Duty?
I think he was a Call of Duty.
Yeah, he
Well, then
Call
I
of
got to
Duty.
get my youngest, Ted.
You might have to go. You might have to go connect with him there, Bill. See if we can get some
I
intel
have to tell Ted.
from number one. Yeah, Tony and Bill, I kind of feel the same way. Listen, this isn't the Kyler Murray. All honesty, I've had Kyler Murray twice on my fantasy team. One year was 2021, and he was a very good fantasy quarterback. All right, stats wise, he threw for almost 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, ran for 816 yards, had 11 touchdowns as a quarterback, which is huge in fantasy. My whole thing with Kyler Murray is this. He's 28. Let's just get this out there. The Arizona Cardinals cut Kyler Murray. Just sit back and understand something. Maybe, if not the worst organization in the National Football League, they're the top 2 or 3. Okay, you can bandy about some teams, Cleveland being one of them. Cut Kyler Murray to to give the starting job to Gardner Minshew. So if that doesn't stop you and say, wait a minute, why would they do that? Well, of course, it's $36 million, right? They wanted to get out of that. But honestly, I mean, for Gardner Minshew, what are you telling the Cardinal fans, that you really don't care to compete? Okay, but the other side of it is maybe they're – yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Traditionally, the Cardinals ownership, they are about the most dysfunctional franchise in NFL history.
The Bidwells.
They did the same thing in St. Louis when they tore that down. The Bidwells, they don't know. It's hard to explain, but to let Murray go, but you're keeping Gardner Minshew.
They went out and signed Gardner. Yeah, it made no sense.
Definitely wrong.
And here's the thing: even if you think Kyler Murray is not that number one pick that he was, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, even if you don't think that, and you think his play has sort of gone downhill, and you're the Cardinals, wouldn't you just say, heck with it, let's just be really bad for one more year and play for a quarterback in the 2027 draft? I know teams don't do that per se. Maybe they should, but it just doesn't look good when you're picking up a guy that was cut by the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, that looks really bad. Now, let's get to the
But
point.
Here's the thing, though, Eric. You got to look at it this way, too. It looks bad for Arizona. It don't look great for the Vikings either.
No.
Let's just be honest.
Doesn't.
You've got J.J. McCarthy here. You've got J.J. McCarthy as your – yeah. You have said J.J. McCarthy is your quarterback of the future. After 10 games, you're basically throwing him under the bus and saying that you need to go get a veteran quarterback. Well, guess what, Viking fans? Who should be that should be on the hook for that? Guess what? They tried to blame Kwesi. It's not Kwesi. The problem is still in the office, and the problem is Kevin O'Connell.
More so than ever before.
This is his call, his decision making. He's the one in charge of keeping that quarterback room and that quarterback position on point. This was why he was here. He was here to basically coach the next franchise quarterback for this football team, a young quarterback. But he wants to keep getting retreads. Basically, you are no better than Denny Green, Brad Childress, anybody else. You're getting retreads. You're relying on them. So there's the problem, people.
A positive
the problem
on that
is J.J. McCarthy.
A positive on that, Tony, is the fact that the Vikings have been very good with cast-off quarterbacks. We do know that. They have gotten incredible years from Randall Cunningham, even Jim McMahon, when he had a cup of coffee with the Vikings, Warren Moon. They've had success.
But it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable, no. And it hides the fact, exactly what you said. Bill, I'm going to cue you up for this, because Bill's been the one that's been like, hey, KOC's the guy to do this. And everyone thought, hey, quarterback whisperer, we've heard big-time media outlets speak this. Oh, he's so great. Look what he did with Daniel Jones, who never really played, with Sam Darnold, right? Like, look what he's done with all these cast-offs. Really, first of all, Kirk Cousins wasn't a cast-off, okay? He's a very expensive quarterback, did well, despite even telling the media how complicated Kevin O'Connell's offense is. He's like, you got to be astute. And no, listen, Kyler Murray, good luck with that. Because we've already discovered, Bill and Tony, and I'm going to you on this, Bill Dunkel, that the worst thing that our head coach has shown in his time as a Viking is he's not very flexible.
Nope.
And if you look at Kyler Murray's game, Bill Dunkel, this isn't a traditional 5-step drop back kind of guy.
Nope.
He's like J.J. McCarthy. He likes to create with his feet, and he's a boundary thrower, which means he likes to throw outside. There's a reason for it, because at 5'10", I think he leads the league on blocked passes, so he likes to go outside to the boundary. And J.J. McCarthy had that problem last year too. Is Kevin O'Connell going to be flexible with Kyler Murray, Bill Dunkel?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
I agree with Bud Zolgad with what he said earlier, because I think he will, and Listen, I don't like it because he didn't do it for McCarthy, but I think he thought McCarthy, even though he didn't.
That's my question. If you're going to do it for Kyler Murray, why can't you do it for JJ?
Well, hold on,
I
guys.
agree.
Hold on. Wait a minute, Bill. Wait a minute, Tony. He did the last 5 games of the year.
Well, yeah, you're right.
And JJ McCarthy was undefeated when he decided to simplify things. So let's not forget that, right?
No, you're right.
But go ahead, Bill.
Well,
Yeah, but it took him the last 5 games of the season. What the hell were you doing for the first 11?
Being stubborn.
I think
being an idiot.
I think what Judge Zolgad said on the Purple Daily live show tonight is that he might have learned. I mean, here's the thing. He should have done that for McCarthy, but I think he thought that, okay, the kid came in. Yeah, he tore his knee up, but he still was in the meeting room. He still got to study, blah, blah, blah. So when he's, came back, then when he came last year, he said, you know what? I'm going to put him in there. He'll be able to do the job. Even though he missed the reps, blah, blah, blah. He knows, he'll know the offense. Until he found out, until those last few games, that was not the case. And listen, Murray, that's all he's ever done. So he has to change, doesn't he? Because I think TB and Eric, 50+% that Murray in Arizona played with under 12 personnel. And I think in Giraffe's tenure, it's been the Vikings have done that 28% or something like that. So, I mean,
Vikings, the thing with
he has to, he has no choice.
Murray's had a
right?
Murray's also had a running game. He's had running backs.
You're right. That's
with
another
him.
key. Wait a minute,
And
TB.
You know what?
Frank Smith.
Them two are going to butt heads.
Back for a year. Aaron Jones is back.
Oh my God! Can we? Oh, jeez.
You ruined my night.
Hey, he's a great clubhouse locker room guy.
Oh my God!
He wears great hats. From Anthony Tollison, Kyler will probably be the guy that gets KOC fired. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a way to look at this, gentlemen. There's a way to look at this. Great text, Anthony. Thank you for jumping in. If the Vikings go completely south, this would be the year to do it. Not for Kevin O'Connell, right? Selfishly more for us. If there's a year to really suck and say JJ is not the guy, JJ is the bust that a lot of Viking fans think he is, then you'll have an opportunity in 2027 to draft. Arguably, is going to be one of the best quarterback drafts ever. So that could work out.
How many times have we heard that?
Yeah, that's true. And then it doesn't necessarily come.
And then it doesn't pan out. Yeah.
But I mean, that could be a sort of green lining here for if it does go that south. I don't think it will. I think there's too much talent, Bill and Tony, on this Vikings team to be 3-14.
100% right. Yeah, you're right.
You know what? There's enough talent on this team to keep them above water.
Yeah, or make the playoffs.
But is it sustainable? No. It's going to be the same thing over and over and over. Now, here's my question.
Yeah. Hit it.
I got a question for all of you, including the people in the chat. We know what's going on with this Viking team. We have a very important draft coming up.
Yep.
Who's running it?
The head coach.
Who is running it?
The head coach.
You will know when the first pick of the draft's a wide receiver.
That's what I said. The first pick in the Vikings draft will be a wide receiver.
Yes,
it will be. We've got
Kevin O'Connell calling the shots, right?
Kevin O'Connell cannot help himself. Here's the deal: we've got 9 picks. 6 of them are going to be on offense. Why? Because Kevin O'Connell is
4 in the top 120. 4 in the top 120. That's pretty good.
We need
We need a lot of things. Hey, guys, who's playing center for the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, that's true, too. Yeah, we need a center.
Who's going to be
who's
center
playing? We have no linebackers. We need
secondary
help. Oh, by the way, Harrison Smith.
Yeah.
Harrison Smith, can you hang it up, please? Just hang it up. We're done with you.
Hit it, Bill.
Okay, Bill, continue watching a hockey game.
Yes.
Ivan Pace.
Way to pay attention, Bill, to your own show here.
Yeah. Ivan Pace.
Ivan Pace.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we tagged him with some form of a tag, which wasn't one that's flattering, and it's not one that they really want to keep.
This team has more holes this year, and they have holes with nobody in control or direction, and they've got a ton of holes. It's just like now you're going to expect.
Let's look at this.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Is this roster? Is this put?
Well, I'm just going to go there. Yeah, go ahead.
Daily. Is this roster right now better than the roster at the beginning of 2024?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, let's look. Here's the reason why. Let's look at this.
I agree with you both.
Okay, so our starting running back, it should be Mason, but Aaron Jones at 31 years old is your starting quarterback, running back. Kyler Murray or McCarthy is going to be your starting quarterback.
Yep.
Kyler Murray's missed 28 games in his 7-year career so far. 28.
But we're complaining about JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy, Kyler Murray, and he has a foot issue that he still admits. He said, "I'll be ready by the start of the year." Well, he's injured. Like, how's this? I mean, this doesn't really bode well. They've actually talked about, guys, to make this worse, we're bringing poor Carson Wentz back to the fold. So what would that mean? Would that mean that Wentz is QB2 and McCarthy is now QB3? I'll tell you what, if that happens, I think J.J. McCarthy's agent will be getting on the line with Brzezinski or whomever's running that show and be like, I'm going to want to be traded.
Hey, Eric, can I ask
what that means?
Drake May, did the Patriots fans want to ride him out of town after not this past year, his rookie year?
Some on-air talent in the Boston market did want to see Joe Milton. Yeah, okay, Drake May. Yeah, let's go, Pats. Did think that Drake May wasn't deserving of the starting in year 2 of his thing. So there were on-air talent in Boston that wanted to see Milton be their quarterback. That's how fans can change the perception. And you know what? Thank God nobody listened to the fans, right? Thank God nobody listened to the fans because the Patriots were 4 quarters away from winning a Super Bowl. So,
technically that whole class of quarterbacks after now from, to start with, JD5, it's kind of tapered off. And then Drake May he got humbled in the Super Bowl. Let's just be honest. So that whole class of quarterbacks looks a little below average right now. And the thing with JD5 is now he's not going to have Cliff Kingsbury. And Cliff Kingsbury's gone.
He's not a happy camper in Denver. Could the Vikings?
No.
Here's the other aspect of it. I ask you all that are in our chat. I'm going to ask Tony and Bill here. The Vikings are saving all this money, right? They are stockpiling money. O'Neal might be Jonathan Grenard is going to create some more money when they trade him for a draft pick.
I don't think they trade him.
They might not, but Grenard's agent wants more money. So, and Grenard's already I think he's at 22 for this year. They ain't giving him more money this year. They might be looking for the year after.
He gets $3 million tomorrow.
So
yeah, he gets $2 million.
If O'Neal gets restructured, okay, which could still happen even though he doesn't want to anymore, apparently. Harrison Smith's
I don't blame him.
Right?
Oh, geez. Stay gone,
there's
please.
more money to add. Like, what are they going to do with this money? Just sit on this? Bill Dunkel, are they going to sit? Are they going to be like the Minnesota Twins and not spend the money?
What? I think so because it was reported that the Wolves, they spent $350 million on this roster. They wanted that money to go way down, and I just don't think they're going to hand out the money this year. Really, nope.
Maybe because of last year's failures, Bill.
Yep. And
they spent all that money and they got
well, Mark's thinking, listen, we spent all this money and what did we get? But nothing.
And Jennifer Daly.
They didn't make the playoffs.
And Jennifer Daly, thanks for jumping in. Most bizarre signing. And this team has really sort of lost its identity. I mean, Tony, we talked earlier.
This team is not really.
Yeah, what direction is this team going in? And Anthony adds
this team
likely Turner's ready to take Renard's spot.
This team at the moment, right now, no direction, no leadership. They have no idea what they're doing. So if I'm a
It's quite
free agent or
evident.
even if I'm a draft choice, why would I come to Minnesota? What is my reason to come to Minnesota? Why?
Look at all this dead money here. Look at all this dead money. I don't even think it's adding some of the stuff that we still might be moving around. Plus,
Raggedy Ann is still
Yeah,
there,
look at that.
1.6.
How is Garrett Bradbury still on dead money?
we need to ask Brzezinski. This is officially off the salary
Go
cap.
Raggedy Ann.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
If
poor little Kobe King
also
never had a
Harrison
chance.
Phillips.
Harrison Phillips still making 3.5. What is this?
Well, that's
is
kicking-
This good? Is this good management by Brzezinski?
I don't
No,
like
that's
it. I
called
think the
kicking
guy's
the
overrated.
can down the street, which is what they're doing
Yeah.
again. They do it. They've done it all the time with Rob Brzezinski, but
Yep.
yet people
I don't
think
like
he
them.
is this great cap guru.
No,
He's
it's not.
not.
No.
Thank
You're
you.
going to pay for it in the end.
Yes, correct.
There's no question about it. And as you can see there, you got to take $3 million off that for Kyler Murray, which you see there. But they're still trying to So here's the question: are they stockpiling more money because Kyler Murray is not going to be the starting quarterback?
Mhm.
He's going to be a backup, just like he would have been if he went anywhere else. The J.J. McCarthy. Oh, people are going to love this one. Jonathan Grenard.
Mhm.
And 3 first-round picks are slated to head to Cincinnati, and Joe Burrow will be your starting quarterback in September. Now, that's a hot take, but why else are they clearing this money? Right? Yeah, no question, Anthony. Bill Dunkel just said that. Thor Nystrom definitely questioned this organization because
Yeah,
what
he
the
did.
frick are they doing? The Wilfs have lost their mind. Well, I don't mean to say that because that's very wrong for me because one of the Wilfs is having issues with the mind, but they've kind of lost their direction. Any blueprint of reasonable team building, Tony Bell, is out the window. This team is so rudderless, so devoid of building a blueprint to win a championship. That's all what the three of us on this show care about the most is winning a championship.
And by the way,
yeah.
Can we stop with the Joe Burrow? There is no way the Cincinnati Bengals are giving up their ticket seller.
No,
Well,
plus
not
he's
now.
got a no
Have him
trade
come up
clause. And he's got a no trade
Yeah,
clause. Unless
he's got no
Bengals
trade.
Best, though, they piss people off. That ownership's horrible. Maybe they're not doing what Joe Burrow, and then Joe Burrow's just going to wake up one day and go, "Yeah, I want to be traded." That could be the hope that we have. The only hope we have in the fact that they. But then again,
You know the one. Here's the deal. The place that makes more sense for Joe Burrow right now is not Minnesota. It's the Rams.
Yes.
You can't stay.
I would
You're
rather
not
go-
going to have Stafford
Rams.
all the time.
Yeah. Ooh, Sean
Yeah,
McVay. Although Sean McVay
I mean,
might be retiring.
and Rams could probably give up more.
I think Sean McVay's retiring in a year or two, and he's going to cash in as the highest paid broadcaster. And then once he's done that, he's then going to come back and set a new record for head coaches.
Let me add one thing.
Yeah.
The rumor, and I think Rob Brzezinski
Okay, so-
actually said they're going to build through the draft, the way it sounds.
do you feel confident about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Hey, wait, there's still Ty Chandler from what, the 20
Oh, God, Ty Chandler.
Jalen Naylor's gone. Now Ty Chandler is still on the roster, although he wasn't on the depth chart that I got. As the
Oh,
last guy standing.
Lewis.
No, he's a free
available.
agent.
Yeah, so he's gone.
He's
so
a free
there's
agent.
nobody in that Kwesi Adolfo Mensa's first draft. They're all going to be gone. This is – you can't survive like this. You really can't, you know? Yeah, James Pierre, who I called Juan Pierre. On my video, if you watched it on the page, I called James Pierre Juan Pierre, who happened to be a very good center fielder, who could steal a lot of bases back in the 90s, 80s. Listen, James Pierre, okay, depth for the corner. That's another position. Let's just look at this rudderless ship. Let's get back to this point, Bill Dunkel. Like, what is the blueprint of this freaking football team? What is survival? Make the playoffs and lose in the first round?
There it is. There it is. Make the playoffs so the
Yes,
coach
that's what it is.
job.
What are
And
we
it will
doing?
make money.
We, as fans, we're the ones that get stuck on this. This emotionally gets to us, makes our football lives miserable every fall. When
Yep.
these players, they're making gazillions of dollars. They're like, well, we're still rich. And yet the owners are sitting there and they had the chance, right?
Well, and here's
Go
a
back to
here's
this and listen.
the biggest problem. What?
The biggest problem is
The biggest problem is this team, and it starts with the top with the Wolves. All they want to do is make the playoffs. They're not talking about getting to the Super Bowl. You never hear out of this team Super Bowl or us. It's all about the Super Bowl. Us three can sit here and say with clearly those teams back in the day, if they didn't make the Super Bowl, it was a failed season. And then, you get there, that's one thing, but they lost. So it was still a failed season. But their goal was to get to the Super Bowl. When you have limited your goal to just make the playoffs, what the hell? That tells me right there you have no vision. You just want to keep cashing, hoping for a home playoff game to still make money. That's all you're telling me. You're not serious about winning the championship.
They're not serious. And you know what? I mean, Tony Bell, I've had this conversation with certain Viking fans. I'm not going to mention any names, one being Craig Kilborn, who people might remember, who had a late night show. And Craig Kilborn says, I'd rather be every year competitive, make the playoffs, instead of being like down in the dumps and winning a Super Bowl. And it just doesn't make sense to me.
That's the wrong, and that's the mindset of this new. This is the mindset of this new fan base. Unfortunately, me and Bill live in it. There is such a thing in Minnesota, mediocre. They love mediocrity up here. I'm sorry. You've got your propaganda station basically parading mediocrity, and that's all they do day in and day out. It's bad. And then put it this way: the Vikings only care about publicity too. Thank you. The Vikings only care about being in the news all the time. You've got the Minnesota playoff chase. You've got the Minnesota Timberwolves who are in a playoff chase. Who are we talking about? A friggin' free agent signing of a midget quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
Midget Murray.
It's like it's like everything. They take the headlines, they take the space. They want Minnesota to talk about the Vikings all the time. But guess what? We're talking about mediocrity with this football team. That's all we're talking about, because this organization is not giving us anything to be hopeful for. There's nothing.
And as Bill Dunkel has pointed out many times on this show, this team shows their inconsistency all the time. One year they're good. Next year, look at it. They're out of the playoffs or bad. Then they're good again. And then they're bad. Good organizations maintain a consistency. And they build to the final crescendo. This Minnesota Viking team, and if Mark Wilf is listening, if Mark Wilf ever happens to see this, it is your due responsibility to either build a championship team and find the blueprint, which isn't with a bunch of people sitting around in a happy little circle. Well, I don't know if we should hire Jim Harbaugh because he's got a bit of an attitude and he's old school. If you had hired Jim Harbaugh, you would have been on a direction to actually do something that this organization hasn't done, in the history. Granted, Bud Grant and those tremendous Purple People Eaters gave their heart and soul to do it 4 times, and we're arguably the most successful organization in the 70s in win-losses other than the Raiders. The Vikings certainly used to be, but now they're really a middle-of-the-pack team. And they're starting to trend. If they don't spend money on this operation, Bill Dunkel, and bring in people to try to compete to win, if they start going down this path where they're just going to hoard money, then we're dealing with another situation which you guys know very, very well, living where you do. We're talking like the Minnesota Twins type operation, which there's no hope. And I can't understand it. You got a great park. You got one of the best stadiums. You got one of the best facilities, practice facilities. Okay. You got one of the coolest uniforms by many standards. The fans are pretty loyal. They show up. And yet you're going to go to this kind of scenario of maybe cheaping out on the team and not building a blueprint and having a football operations guy that has had success, that has a blueprint and says, get out of my way. No one here to decide. It's me, the coach I hire. We're going to have a symbiotic relationship, and I'm going to give him what he needs. And then everyone gets out of the way as we try to do something here that's never been done. Right, Bill? I mean, that's what's got to happen.
Yeah. No, but let me do, 100% right. But I think that's the route they're going to go a little, for at least this year, because of the fact, look at, there's top 41 free agents. Only one of them is still available. So they're
too late to the party. Too late to the party. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting second tier and third tier free agents, basically.
Oh, yeah,
second and third tier.
They call that Tony Bargain basement hunting is what they're doing. Yeah,
well,
that's what. They're
hoping to get lucky is what they're doing. That's what they're hoping.
I mean,
they're
diamond in the rough.
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: Bozo the Clown, before Giraffe, he was the odd year coach to make the playoffs. No consistency. This guy, Clown, is the even year guy. So let's say they make the playoffs this upcoming year and he loses again in the playoffs. What do the Wolves do? Keep him or let him go?
Well, I know what I would
do.
They'll
probably keep him and run it back again. I'd fire him. I would fire him.
I think we all feel the same
way. You put it this way. I'm to the point now where
I'm going to say something. Can I just say one quick thing? TB's knows 100% probably where I'm going to go. There's a certain coach in the 90s, came in here in 1992, did not win a playoff game, lost to the Bears at home, got embarrassed.
I threw a remote and broke it that day.
And they wanted that guy out of town. The new sheriff in town was now, we want that sheriff out of town. One of my
favorite people in all football.
Saved his job against the Giants in the Meadowlands, and then 98 happened. But the bottom line is he was hated in this town. They wanted him out after losing those playoff games until they beat the Giants. Why is it? I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, this guy gets no criticism.
No, he's loved by the media, Tony Bell. ESPN loves this guy. They think he's a quarterback whisperer.
That's the problem.
People think if the Vikings fired him, people think
that's
he would
the problem
be hired
right
in 5
there.
minutes. Right, Tony? I mean,
you know what? Ain't nobody going to hire him with the Rams. He's an idiot. I mean, they're not watching the Viking games like we are. It boggles my mind, these people that are supposed to be. Yeah, he doesn't run the ball. Come on.
Tony, we've put statistics on this. He's one of the worst play callers in the NFL.
Yep.
He's one of the worst third down. Yes. The money down in the NFL is what you do on third down. And this guy is 100%. Repeatedly in the bottom half of coaches that aren't even in the league anymore.
Wait a minute. Are you saying first and goal from the 2, you shouldn't throw it?
Yeah, right? And then he's got here's his logic. Yeah, right, Bill? I mean, seriously. A second and goal from the 2. What do you mean? You're not supposed to pass it then too?
I can't get out of my head that Detroit game to decide the number 1 seed. And they had the ball, right? And then he threw it.
And again, the only thing I can
and how did he get down there?
Yeah, but I know. The only thing I can defend Kevin O'Connell in that game, Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts.
Well, I know. I get it.
He was seeing ghosts. Jordan Addison, if anyone should have punched somebody in the face after that game, if I was Jordan Addison, I would have come right up to Sam Darnold.
But you know what?
Listen, Gigi, but then look, you son of a bitch. I was open 8 times.
You know what?
You couldn't get the ball 10 yards near me. Bang! Right.
Can I say this? Tom Pelissero had a tweet from March 11th of 2025 and said, Giraffe said we need to get on defense and offensive lines, need to get more physical in the interior. And then with obviously get Jordan Mason, we're going to run the ball more. What happened?
Yeah, you know what happened, Bill and Tony? He decided
His
that
own
throwing the
worst
ball
enemy.
65% of the time was the smart play with a rookie quarterback and Max Brosmer and a beaten up Carson Wentz. Yeah.
Hey, can I say something also? Did you hear that
Yeah,
he is
Anthony.
still pissed at he's still pissed at McCarthy still for him missing practice for the his newborn being the baby boy being born.
For the
And
baby,
really
he's
pissed
still
off
mad at
at
him?
Yeah, and still pissed. Really pissed. This is the one that really pissed him off is when he did the gritty when he ran it in against the Cowboys. That's when he's more pissed off.
Yeah, he's so pissed.
Yeah, because he told him not to do it.
I'm actually rooting for JJ McCarthy over Kevin O'Connell. I'm sorry. I Kevin O'Connell. And look, I told this to Tony as well. And Anthony Tollison, yeah, they should build a KOC statue outside of US Bank Stadium so the pigeons have something to poop on.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's solid.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a good one.
Hey, Tony, TB, let me ask you a question. You're on that football team. The coach tells the quarterback not to do something. The guy, quarterback scores on something, and then he did something he shouldn't do. And the coach gets mad at him. What does the rest of the team think? Do they think, "Come on, we scored, be happy," or do they, you know what, you shouldn't be doing that? That's, Bush League. What goes on in that?
No, you're gonna have guys that are gonna be like, let the kid have some fun. He scored a touchdown.
Thank you.
Let him do what he did.
He scored a touchdown.
I mean, look.
You know what?
Look at Josh.
He did it. Here's the thing. This is the thing. He did it on national TV in Dallas. Do you know how much we hate the friggin' Cowboys?
Like they're right.
And he did the gritty in Dallas. Oh my God! I'm just for this coach. First of all, he shouldn't have had to get this place.
Bill and Tony, right there's the problem with Kevin O'Connell. Is he's so stubborn. Things have to go his way.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's probably not happy when they win and he looks at the stats. This is my guess with Kevin O'Connell. Oh, we missed 5 of my progressions down the field. We should have gone instead of the 10-yard out. We should have gone 25. Do you realize this is the ultimate firing statistic on Kevin O'Connell? We already said third downs. He's one of the worst. Okay, so anyone that wants to come at us with Kevin O'Connell's like 45 and 27, one of the winning quote, blah, blah, blah. You want to come at us. Here's the stat that you can stick in your pipe and frickin' smoke it where he sucks at. Okay? He had Max Brosmer, JJ McCarthy, and Carson Wentz, beating up Carson Wentz, throw the football longer with a shabby.
Yep.
When we say shabby offensive line, how many times did they play together in the season, Bill? Twice?
Not many.
Maybe twice, 3 times?
Not many.
With that crap offensive line.
Yeah, twice,
right?
Or 3 times.
He had them throw the ball 30 yards or farther more than any other freaking team in the NFL. Who thinks that's a good idea with Max Brosmer, with J.J. McCarthy, who's really a rookie, and with beating up poor Carson Wentz, who I still think that he should have a lawsuit against Kevin O'Connell for what he did to him out here in L.A.
The quarterback whisperer. Can I just add one thing? I want your guys' take on this. About Kyler Murray. And I brought this up to TV earlier today. New Orleans, 2023. Josh Dobbs scores a touchdown, ran it in. And it's on video. And Mike, everybody heard, the giraffe was pissed off, right? Because he didn't do the right play. He didn't do the play that was called. What's he going to do with, if, let's say he doesn't adjust to Kyler Murray's strengths, do you think Murray's going to put up with that nonsense?
That's why Murray's only here 1 year. That's why he's only here 1 year.
During the year,
that's why he's got the 1 year deal. So if it doesn't work, he can basically tell KOC to stick it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, but let's say it's game 5.
Bottom line.
And he starts doing it, the friction in the room. With this nonsense.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to have friction this year. You're going to have friction this year on the offensive side of the ball. I'm telling you something right now. Frank Smith loves to run the football.
Yes, he does.
He's the running game guy. Yep. KOC doesn't run the ball. There's going to be friction. And guess what? KLC's got to watch his back because you got two people on that coaching staff right now that can have his job at any time. The best thing for KLC right now is there is not a competent GM and a competent front office that will hold him accountable so he can wait out the whole year.
No, you're
Bottom
right.
line.
You're right. 100%.
And we talked about this, Bill and Tony. We talked about this. That I think there's friction between Flores and O'Connell. And Flores has all the right to say this because how many times have we seen the Vikings go 3 and out and Flores' defense has to go back on the field and get beaten up?
You brought up that third down stat, Eric. Yeah, you brought up that third down stat. That is a big issue because here's the thing. When they put that defense together last year, they were not expected to be on the field as long. And they were also, now this is also on Flores too. He didn't get the turnovers and give the offense the short field last year that they did the year before. True. So right there, the opposing offenses, Pittsburgh did it. Time-consuming drives on the ground running the football. Who did they go after? Allen.
Great running back. The Chargers ran all over the Vikings because the Vikings got tired because Wentz couldn't. And to Wentz's defense, I mean,
Chargers, yes. Yeah. So, but when your offense, and this is the thing with. I mean, it helps your with time and everything and keeps last year from your offense.
No question, Tony, Bill. I mean, we're going to get into this all season. I mean, we're going to preview the draft coming up. And the Vikings do have 4 picks in the top 120. But, the question that we just mentioned is the fact is the scouting staff going to be better? Are the Vikings actually going to make picks that are going to stay with this team and develop? Are the Vikings going to develop these guys into actual performers? I don't even know.
Staff, I heard it got canned. I heard they canned stuff.
Flick Rick.
Well, I mean, Kevin O'Connell knows great offense, so I'm sure he doesn't need a scouting staff.
Can I ask a question? I want to get this before each opinion. Do they trade? Okay, ask a twofold. Do they trade Jonathan Grenard or would you trade Jonathan Grenard?
Tony, you want to go first?
They trade him, and no, I wouldn't trade him because I don't trust Andrew Van Ginkel to stay healthy. And plus, in my defensive scheme, I can move Grenard around. He can play 3 downs. He can play the 3-point stance, or he can stand up. He's still useful, but he's also got to get those sacks when they get there. But he had a shoulder injury last year. So that helps a lot. That's another problem too.
Yep.
So I would keep him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, on talent-wise, and he's what, 29, 30?
Going to be 29.
29? He's still in his prime?
29,
you should keep him. You should keep him. But here's the reason why they won't, because they feel Dallas Turner is going to be the guy that's going to step in. Turner did show some positive sides. They get to save money. They don't have to negotiate after, they're saving money for what? We don't yet know. And they could get 2 more draft picks, which, that is high collateral.
Here's the thing with that, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric,
go ahead,
here's the thing with that, though. You can have Van Ginkel, Turner, and Grenard all on the field at the same time if you scheme it right.
No, you could.
And then you still have Redmond on the line. You still have that. You still have a pass rush there.
Bill loves this. Bill Dunkel will love this. Tacky.
Taki.
Yeah, he's the second defensive tackle on the right. He's number 2 now, baby. He's moving right up. Tacky's up there. Good old Tacky. Let's give some love.
Okay, can I ask this?
I think Levi is starting. So
there is right now, Bill. There isn't any. Which means
what would you trade? What could they get? A 2 and a 4?
I think a 2 and a 4 realistically.
I would do 2 and a 4. Yeah,
Patriots because might give you a first because they're late.
Yeah,
in the first round.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you might, here's what's interesting.
The Patriots also want Addison too.
Yeah, they do.
They also want Addison.
But they signed Romeo Dobbs.
They got Romeo Dobbs now.
Sense. I think, and then they're in the AJ Brown discussions. Yeah, so you got rid of Diggs and you want to bring in AJ Brown. Oh, Drake May, you ready for that one, buddy? That's going to be fun with that guy. But to answer your question, Bill, on Jonathan Grenard, he should be a Viking. He's one of the more talented pass rushers. But with the way that this team's being run right now, and you can never have enough edge guys for a Flores defense. I'm going to assess that Flores is banging on the table, guys, and say no, he can't go. I have a feeling that Flores is saying to KOC and Brzezinski, he stays. Make him happy. The problem is that when Jaden Phillips got $30 million, you can see why Grenard is a little like, I'm better than that guy.
Well, he wants a raise. That's well known.
Yeah. No, he wants to be paid. And he, when he's got the skill, he should be. Yeah, but we traded Daniil Hunter.
Look at Daniil got for one.
But here's another thing, too.
Yeah. Anthony Addison did say New England was ass on X the other day.
He's proved it.
He was protecting his boy JJ as well. So, but yeah, just to get back to that, I mean, you can never have enough guys. The linebacking depth, Cashman can't stay healthy. Van Ginkel can't stay healthy. So what? You're going to be down to Eric Wilson and Bo Richter, and
by the way,
I got to look on the roster after that. Tyler Batty. What are we talking about here? They got to draft a linebacker. There's no doubt a linebacker will be drafted. Coming up here next month.
I will say this.
And you're still paying for Kobe King.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind them trading him if they get the right comp. The only thing is, he does. Flores likes to rotate, right? And keep guys fresh. You trade him, that lessens an option big time.
Yeah, it does. And more wear and tear on Cashman, Van Ginkel, and Wilson. And Wilson's no spring chicken either. He's 31.
Oh, he's 31.
Cashed in and had what was a career-defining year for him. But is he going to be this consistent next year or the year after? There's all these questions, and the Vikings. There's so many holes. If we looked at the roster, let's end the show on this, and then again,
wait a minute. They need a punter.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you. Yeah, and a guy who holds field goals. Guy that. I mean, seriously, our kicker Will Reichard had the most amazing year, and now he's got to have another guy to hold the kicks. Okay, this sounds like a recipe disaster that Viking fans want nothing to do with, which is
100.
What position, if we were to say and go around, and I'll start with you first, Tony, what position right now, we're looking at this roster, you could give two if you want. Give like your most necessary position and one that you're looking right now also needs a little help. Because we got wide receiver 3, isn't that? I mean, unless Ty Felton's just going to shock the world, okay? Our running backs.
Yeah.
I was hoping Hawkinson was going to get cut.
God.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have him on his gimpy knee. And Kyler Murray. Murray likes throwing to tight ends, but I don't think Hawkinson is his kind of guy. Dallas Goedert's name's out there. I think did he sign?
No.
Do we know if Dallas Goedert signed?
Wait. I might be wrong.
I would take a flyer.
Oh, wait. Maybe he did.
Did he? I can't remember.
I'm going to tell you.
No.
We need a lot of help on the defensive side of the ball. We need a ton of help on the defensive side of the ball. We restocked the secondary and the linebackers and the defensive line. Yep. So it's kind of like it's on the this should be Brian Flores' draft.
I would agree. They need a safety, right? I mean, Bill, where would you put safety on that order?
High,
very high, right? You're going to rely on Harrison Smith.
Very high.
I want the kid from Toledo.
The kid from Oregon, I've heard.
That's the one I want.
So,
the kid from Toledo, he can play in the box.
We just said
he could actually be.
Yeah. If you trade Grenard, linebacker becomes a major issue, right? Because of depth. You have no starting full safety at the particular time, although the Theo Jackson supposedly can play these various positions. Metellus will be healthy. What are we getting with him? Cornerback position. Now, they did sign, obviously, Pierre, but honestly, that's still a little iffy. You got Vaughn and McLaughlin, who really haven't proven anything yet. And if those guys, if there's any injuries to Rogers or Murphy, then all of a sudden you're in a situation, no depth there, right? Anthony Tollison, Christian Kirk was Kyler's guy for a minute. Sign him. Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
I mean, that's actually, Anthony, that's actually a possibly good wide receiver 3, Draft Thielman at possibly.
I like McNeil Warren better personally.
You like him from Toledo, yeah. But again,
I'd like
so you
him
got no
too.
punter. You've got no punter. Ryan Wright went back to his hometown. I don't blame him. 4-year, $12 million.
Yeah.
God bless for a punter. But you need a punter. I don't know where are you most secure? Yeah. What's that? A center.
You need a center.
They'll draft one. That
could be number one because you got Michael Juergens right now as your starting center, and
or
Bryce
Randell.
Oh
boy. Oh gosh. He's
what is more important
guy, Bill. Him and Rouse, Mr. I never play Rouse is
Badarian Lowe, Viking, Patriot, and I think now a 49er.
Lowe keeps getting around. Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
I think what is more important to this team? I mean, D tackle or safety? D tackle, there's some good ones, and the guy from
Clemson I like, Bill,
because he went on the
line.
line.
The guy from Clemson I like, Woods.
Yeah, I like him too. Yeah, I like.
But will he be there? I don't even know if he'll be there.
I think the rumor is the Vikings like Banks.
Do they? Okay.
6'5", 6'6", 320.
Big,
long
and
arms.
what about did you hear? That excites you. Wait,
yes.
I've heard from you on this, Tony. Let me ask Bill Dunkel. Did the Grenard possible move to the Eagles for Jalen Carter? Would that be something you'd be like, okay?
I'd do that in 5 seconds.
You would do that in 5 seconds. I know you would, right? Because that Jalen Carter, big guy in the middle, who I mean, it's got potential.
The problem is Carter with all the he's a basket case as far as off the field. He's got some issues.
Right.
And you already have Addison to deal with, so it makes you wonder.
Hey, how about my guy Jordan Davis signing the extension? We didn't need him or Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, thank you, Guan_RY. AZ Cutler center today. Bill Dunkel, you mentioned this, that the center from the Cardinals makes sense if you have Kyler Murray as your starter. You bring him in there, you get a veteran, and
I actually like that move. I like that. I hope they
have the money. They have the money. They should do something. Yeah. So anyway, all right, gentlemen.
He broke his foot.
Anything you want to add? Final thoughts?
I didn't hear that. Thoughts? He broke his foot.
Yeah, I guess he did. That could. You might be able to get him in later stages.
Well, then not forget about that.
Thielman, here we come, Oregon, baby. Woo! Let's go. Final thoughts, Tony, Bell. Your final thoughts on the offseason so far, looking ahead to the draft. Is there a player you want to see the Vikings add here, maybe, that's left in free agency? I did have a few names. If I threw a few names at you, what do you think, yay or nay?
Okay.
Jawan Jennings, wide receiver, 49ers, 6'3".
Yay.
Yay? Wide receiver 3.
Yay.
Tony Bell,
Yay.
Yes? Yes.
Yay. Yes.
I think, you know what? If you can get him at a low cost and he's not going to break the bank, why not? I mean,
why not? I agree.
I would consider that.
Exactly.
Another guy, you would hurt the Packers on this. Rasheed Walker, tackle. Now, he's not a star, but he's was 11th amongst all 68 tackles playing the position. You'd hurt the Packers. You would add depth to the line. Okay. Would that be a guy?
Is he left or right?
He's a left.
Is he left or right?
You could probably put him on.
Yes, because I don't trust Garrison.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust Garrison.
Yeah. You could have him being a rotating tackle. Then Randall could become your backup center or guard or whatever, where he could be inside.
No. DeBrandel is a starting full-time center. No.
All right. Anyone interested here on Deebo Samuel?
No.
Not at wide receiver 3.
Oh.
Small.
Hell no.
I think he's done.
And
he's got fat. Next.
You remember this guy's name, Wyatt Teller, guard, Browns, very good player. Or he's still out there. I thought he retired. Kevin Zettler, guard, veteran.
No, Zettler.
You know who's still out there? I think Ponsic is still out there. Ethan Ponsic or whatever his name is.
Is Jenkins the center from the Packers?
Yeah, he was just signed by the Browns.
He just got signed by the Browns.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Well, anyway, these are things that we're going to talk about. But final thoughts from you, Tony Bell.
It's off season. Like I said, I pull away from talking about football, but the Vikings will do something to bring me back in. But they've got a lot to prove this year. They've got way too much to prove this year. I don't think they do it. I'm ready for a regime change. I'm ready for a different way of this team's thinking and their ideology about finally getting us a Lombardi, because right now they just look lost. So
I really feel that's a great conclusion, and absolutely, Bill Dunkel. Anything to add to that? Do you want to be purple?
Well, I'm gonna say another 6 weeks is gonna be the NFL draft. That's gonna go by quick.
Yep.
I will make this prediction is when he gets fired, whenever that is, they will go hard-nosed coach next.
So you're feeling more of a
probably Flores,
defensive-minded, hard-nosed coach.
And I think,
it'll be.
I pray. I know TB, and I understand where TB's coming from. I pray Rob Brzezinski does not get the GM job. No. I want a football guy. I would look at Philadelphia and Seattle. Those are the two.
Yes, two organizations that do it right, especially come draft time. Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, for me, it's I'm getting aboard on the the short express. 5'9", Kyler Murray, baby. Woo! Little Kyler Murray back there.
Midget Murray.
Throwing that ball around, throwing the bean around. He does have an arm. He does have athletic ability. But I will say this. It's just another great mistake in Minnesota Vikings history, because the guy that could lead you to the championship, Anthony Tollison, Flores by Halloween could be. That's a possibility. That could lead you to a championship is already in your stable. He's there. His name is J.J. McCarthy. I've said this. I've on record as saying this guy, if he's given the proper chance in development, is a winner through and through. Tony and I have talked about this, Bill. I think you feel the same way. J.J. shows a winning mentality. This guy's a warrior. Yes. He puts on the face. Yeah, I'm not all about the 9 thing, but whatever, okay? This guy has that machismo. He has this character. That all that matters is winning.
One more thing? Can I bring up one more thing? And this is all to all Viking fans out there right now.
Yeah.
If you guys were fans back in the day, you would have hated Fran Tarkenton. Mm-hmm. You would have hated Tommy Kramer, and you would not be able to stand Joe Cap. Why do I say that? Because all 3 of those quarterbacks had J.J. McCarthy's mentality of the position.
Absolutely.
You would have hated them.
They play the game to win.
With this fan base, their ultimate QB that is the greatest of all time is Kirk Cousins.
Well, true. This is true, Tony.
Good old man.
The good thing about Kyler Murray is that Kirk Cousins isn't coming back. Well, no, we don't, Kirk. Sorry. Good luck in Vegas. You go there or Pittsburgh.
But what I'm saying is lighten up on J.J. McCarthy, because he's probably your answer, and you're basically crapping on him because you've got this idea of how quarterbacks should play because of whatever KOC is telling you, who's a failed quarterback himself, and what you saw with Kirk Cousins. That's not real quarterback play. All 3 of us saw real quarterback play at one time in our lives. The real quarterbacks that can win in this league can play the position fine, but it's the little extra that gets them where they get to the championship.
Now, I'm going to say this. Maybe this is KOC's plan. I can only hope. I pray. KOC's probably out here somewhere in Malibu with his wife. Maybe this was his plan all along, to stick it to J.J. McCarthy and really turn the screw to say, you know what? Let's see you earn it. Let's see you earn it. This is the only thing I can say positively about this. Let's see you earn it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing should be given to anybody in this world. Nothing really is, unless you're very lucky. But the mistake that the Vikings will make is if they give up too early. And Tony, you've said this quote to me many times. I've said it to you, Bill. Organizations give up on young quarterbacks much faster than quarterbacks give up on the organization. So,
his quotes.
And who else? And who else quoted that? Who else quoted that?
Yeah. Right. So if J.J. McCarthy is traded, which would be yet another mistake, if he's moved out to another team that takes the time to develop him properly, he will win a championship. We will have this conversation. No one thought Sam Darnold was going to do it, and well,
You're
Sam
right.
Darnold has a Super
did
Bowl
it.
ring now, correct? So
Mhm.
watch that. If Kevin O'Connell knows football, if he's going to take a step and say, you know what, we drafted him with the 10th pick. I made that. I don't want to hear anyone say that was Kwesi's pick. That was Kevin O'Connell's. When they weren't going to get Drake May, Kevin O'Connell said,
That
J.J.
was
McCarthy's
crap.
my guy. Okay?
Yeah, that was O'Connell all the way.
So, KOC, you're bringing Kyler Murray in. Let's see if you live up to that quote that it's competition to J.J. McCarthy. And maybe McCarthy does win the battle. I don't believe it. I think Kyler Murray is going to be the starter because I think, honestly, as Bill Dunkel said, that Kevin O'Connell's in survival mode. And we as fans are in survival mode because all we want to see this team do is win a championship. And all they seem to do is never deliver on the promise. But Bill Dunkel, Tony Bell, quality control, doing a great job with all the pictures tonight and the sound. We'll be here all off season for a place for you to chime in and to have your takes. And please do support this page. Tell your friends about it. Like and subscribe to it here on YouTube. The more likes we get, who knows? Maybe we can develop this thing into a channel. But we thank all of you. Stay with us. We'll have all the updates. The draft's around the corner. June 1 cuts. Things are going to happen then too. And then we're really already into that training camp and into exhibition season, into the season. It'll be here sooner than you can think. Keep the faith for Tony, for Bill, quality control. We say what, gentlemen? Skol.
Skol.
Thanks for watching. Remember, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The fellas will be back to talk about the upcoming draft with special guests. Stay tuned to our Facebook page for all things Vikings. Skol!